Alright, so today we're actually going to make a shop menu. Now the menu I'm going to show you for the shop is actually a little complex. Not really that hard, but just kind of complex. You really got to kind of pay attention to what you're doing. But it's a very practical shop menu, and you can actually implement it within any room. It's pretty much going to be created from one object alone. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and open up our last project. And what we're going to do is let's go to the room and let's go ahead and delete this and go ahead and delete that. Sweet. Now let's go ahead and create an object, and we're going to call this object obj draw menu. Okay. And another thing we're going to have to do real quick before we close that is create another object, and we're going to call this one obj underscore variables. Now this object is going to handle all of our global variables, period. So let's go ahead and create an event real quick. And inside of here, what we're going to do is create some global variables for a second. Creating global vars. And okay, well, we're going to create some weapons. Let's create about 7 weapons, alright? And we're also going to have to make some perimeters for the player as well. So these weapons will improve the player's, let's say, strength, and it's also going to cost some money as well. So there's a few variables we're going to need to make, starting with this global dot player underscore strength. Let's just say 0. Let's do global dot underscore player. Oh my goodness. Money equals 0. Well, let's start the player off with like 1500, so that can also show you how it works as well. And there we go. What we're going to do is we're going to actually name this creating player variables. Go ahead and close that. And then we're going to drag another one under here. We're going to call this creating weapons variables. And we're going to do global dot. Now the way I actually make my global variables is I always do global dot. The first underscore section is the category. The second underscore section is the name. The third one is perimeter. Example. Let's say we're making a gun, right? It'll be global dot underscore gun. That's the category. We're going to name the gun blast. That's the name. And then this perimeter is going to be strength. That's its perimeter. And that's just how I write my variables. I found it pretty simple, easy. It also helps when it comes to copying and pasting as well. So yeah, strength, I guess it will give 15. Let's also go ahead and make a price for it as well. Let's just do cost. What? 450 bucks. And why not? Let's go ahead and do defense too. Let's say this weapon gives you defense. And it gives you 10. Hit the check bar, there we go. Now we need to go back to the player real quick and add another perimeter called defense. And I guess we'll start it off with 5. The strength will start off with 11. Just like that. Alright, now since we have our variables in here, we can actually go back to our object draw menu, click the OK real quick. Inside of our room, let's go ahead and put both of these objects in here, the variable object and the object draw menu. Now, since we're drawing on screen, it is good to have that X and Y grid that we made in our previous video. So let's go ahead and open up the, draw test. And all of this we're going to copy and paste. But what we're actually going to do real quick is we're going to put all of this into a script. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. Let's create a script. Let's call this, for scripts I normally just keep the whole name script. Then we'll call this XY grid. Alright, let's go ahead and copy all of these. Copy, paste, just like that. Go ahead and delete that. In here, let's go ahead and do script XY grid, just like that. Go ahead and take this, go back to our object draw menu, add an event, add and create event. Inside of here, go ahead and paste that. Let's name the setting of variables for X and Y grid. Alrighty, then we need the draw information right here. This is, why is there a box? We don't need the box. We just need the grid. So let's go ahead and copy all of this. Create a draw event. Drag this over, and what we'll do is we'll put it in here. We'll paste it in here. Just like that. And we'll name this, that's weird. 3, drawing X and Y grid. There we go. So now we can see what's going on. Okay. And I believe you already put it inside of here. Yes, we did. Sweet. So now we can get started. Okay, what I'm going to do is, like I keep forgetting, I'm going to open these variables while we're programming so that it can be seen. There we go. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to go ahead and start our game. Well, I'm working on 2 screens. It does help, especially when it comes to time like this, but don't have to worry, you'll be able to see everything. Alrighty, so here we are with a blank screen, and we need to actually draw the menu. So what we're going to do is we're going to have like the items listed over here. We'll have some kind of square box right here that will display its parameters, and then at the bottom we'll actually have where the description of the item is. Yeah, inside this box over here too, the parameter box, we also will show the cost as well. Alright, so this is going to take some time. It might be divided, like I mentioned, I believe I mentioned it earlier, it might be divided into like 2 parts, maybe 3. But I'm going to try to explain what I'm doing without necessarily taking up so much time. Also get straight to the point as well, because this menu will actually be able to be implemented into any of your projects instantly. It's all being created from one object. The only thing you will have to do in your own project is, rename the global variables. That's about it. But other than that, you'll be able to drop this object into any room, and your drawing grid, your drawing menu will appear just like that. Alrighty. So let's get started. Okay. So what we need to do right now is we need to add another code. Let's go ahead and close it, drag this down. Okay. just so that we can make sure the grid is always on top of everything. Inside of here, we're going to draw menu, the shop. So drawing shop based on selected menu. Now this you might not understand just yet because we forgot to make that global variable. So let's go back into here and we'll drag another code over. We'll name this creating gameplay vars. Inside of here we'll make something called global.menu and will equal 1. This is used to tell the game which menu to show/draw on screen. This right here will allow you to change everything just by changing one value. This is a very good time saver, big time. And this also will allow you to draw everything you ever want to draw inside of one object, period. However, it could get kind of crowded, so this is where scripts come into play big time as well. Anyways, let's go ahead and do that. And let's put a little reference here for us. Let's see. We'll do that. Inside of here, 1 equals shop menu. 2 equals main menu. And we'll stop just for there. Okay. So now since we have that global variable, might as well go ahead and pop this on the screen. Well, this is going to take up room. Yeah, this is going to take up room. That's just one variable. We should be able to remember that. Okay, so drawing shop based on selected menu. Inside of here, we need to make sure that we're about to actually draw the shop menu. So if global.menu equals 1, boom, drawing shop setup. Okay, now inside of here, we're not going to do anything. Let's go over here to the scripts. Oh, and I kind of forgot. I need to increase the size of these. Kind of forgot how to. There we go. So they can be easier to see in the videos. Alright, there we are. So let's go back over here to scripts, create a group. We're going to call this shop. Inside of here, let's create a script. We'll call this script underscore shop, and we'll call this display. Shop display. Alright. Let's go ahead and add that script into our code real quick. Script shop display. Open and close brackets, semicolon. Alright. Since we have that already put in there, let's go ahead and open up our shop script and get to drawing. So, let me bring back up this window. The first thing we want to do is draw a nice menu over here. Probably starting just like that, right? I think so. Dang it, where is my pen? Alrighty. It's 14 minutes already. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. We have X2 252. We have Y2 547. Alright, so that's where it's going to go. We're going to start it right here though. Oh, I forgot to make this responsive so you can't actually see the X. Okay, we will fix that too, but that will have to be in a later video because that does take a lot of time to make this responsive. In the meantime, we could kind of guess where this is going to be for a second. 47. X1 is going to be 47. And Y is going to be 197, Y1, 197. And this is going to be side menu. Alright, let's go ahead and create it real quick. Sign up here, blah, blah. Creating side menu. Used to display products. Alrighty, so in here we need to go ahead and draw, let's do round. Draw round color. Now let's do rectangle. Draw a rectangle color. There we go. We'll do the XV. What was it? XV 47. YV 197. 197. That's for the starting points of X and Y. And then we'll do XV plus 252, and then YV plus 547, there we go. And the colors, let's go ahead and do white, white, red, white, and red. Foss. Box for products. There we go. Alright, now we need to go ahead and draw other box real quick. So let's go ahead and start up our game again. See what we have here. And there we go. Now I really do not think this is going to be wide enough for the names of the product. I kind of forgot about that because we have blast. We're going to make like 5. Let's go ahead and make 5 real quick. So let's come back over here to the weapons variables. And this is why I like writing the variables like this, because now I can simply copy, just like that, paste, and all I have to change is the name. So instead of calling this one blast, let's call this fire, I guess. Yeah, fire. And now this next time I'm going to show you a different way to copy and paste things as well. Creating fire weapon. This is going to be creating blast weapon. Dang, it's already been 17 freaking minutes. Alright, so now what I do sometimes is I create a script, just like this, and I call this creating, just like that. Now, I know that if it does not have script in front of it, I can delete it afterwards. It is not part of the game at all. So what I do with this is I simply will copy, just like that, paste inside of here, hit this little magnifying glass, click inside of here, and I will type in fire. As you can see, I highlighted all the fires. And then I'll just change it with whatever name I want to do. So, let's call this one Lander. Bam. Copy and paste. Alright, now I want to change Lander, and this is actually the way I do a lot of copy and pasting, big time. As you can see, it saves time. I'm going to change Lander. Let's see, we have 3. Let's go ahead and make one more. Rocky. Sweet. Okay, there we have it. So now we have our 4 different weapons. Let's go ahead and start this shrimp at 33. Just so you can see it. We'll make this cost 75. We'll do 9 for defense. We'll do 1 here. 20, 230, I guess. Let's do 37. I mean, I'm not really thinking about these numbers, you know. I'm just kind of putting something in here. Let's do 76, 14. Alright, sweet. So now we have all of that done. Since we see our names of our weapons, they're not that long, so that square might actually work. Nevertheless, I'm going to widen it a little bit more because I just want to make sure. We are going to create a custom font as well, so need to make sure everything can fit. We'll extend it to like 317. So let's go ahead and do that. 317. Alright, sweet. So we have that in there now. Let's open back up the menu and let's go ahead and draw the box now. Let's see. We have 3 perimeters we need to show inside of this box. And we also need to show the current perimeters for your player. So let's go ahead and draw this, starting here. Just like that. Okay, so Y2 and Y1. Y1 is 230. Y2 is 516. We have X1 being, let's not do that. Let's bring it right here, 406. And we're going to extend it to here just to kind of add some kind of design to it. 671, is it? Yeah, 671. Alright. So let's go ahead and start drawing that. What we can do is we can actually copy this and we're going to paste it. In here, let's go ahead and change these numbers to 406. 2 minutes. 230. X2 is 671. 671. We have Y2 516. 516. We could keep the same color, but let's just change it up because I kind of want to change it up. I don't know, what can we change it to? It's on a black background, right? I'm gonna try not to take a lot of time in thinking on design, so yeah, let's keep it the same color. This video is not about designs yet, it's just about setting up things. Box for products info. Let me widen this a little bit more. There we go. Alright, so now since we have both of our boxes, we now need a square down here to display the description. Well, we don't need one that big. Not for the description. I mean, it kind of depends on the game you're doing, but I'm not going to hold out on y'all. I'm going to teach y'all some stuff. So yes, we're going to go ahead and make a box as well for the description. I also will teach you how to make the letters scroll. Obviously now it's going to be scrolling letters, how the shop owner can say something different based on if you don't have enough money or if you do, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, we got to get rolling. Alright, we'll start this halfway up here. So this is going to be X1 148, and it's going to start at Y1 583. It is going to extend to yeah, right there. So Y2 is going to be 756, and we'll make x2 we'll extend x2 to right here, 890. Alright, let's go ahead and draw that. Control V. Alright, cool. So right here is 148. We have the Y view, 583 for Y1. X2 is 890. We have Y2, 756. And because this is the description box, let's go ahead and kind of change the color real quick. Just something that the letters can really be read on a little bit easier. We have a black background. We can play around the colors and make it visible by adding white, orange, silver, and silver. Alright. Description. I think that's how you spell it. Okay, sweet. So now we have all of our things. We can close it and we can open it back up to actually see everything that we just draw. There we go. Everything is exactly where we want it. But it does look kind of bad. See, at first I was not going to do this, but because I drew this box, we're gonna have to extend this over now. So let's see. We'll extend the perimeter. We're gonna keep the same y-axis, and we're gonna keep the same exact width of it. No, we're not. We're gonna extend the width too. But it's gonna have to come all the way over now to x2. Let's do 867. 867. Let's do the x2. And we'll start it around here. 549 would be x1. Okay. Info was x1, 549, and 867. 867. Okay, let's go back real quick because now we have to make the lines for the actual name of the products. Okay, yes, that will do. Yeah, that will do. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to name all the products over here. How long is this going? 28 minutes? Okay, so this is where we're going to actually stop in this video. On the part 2, we will pick up from here, and on the part 2, what we'll do is we'll go ahead and start listing the actual names of the products as well, and also showing their perimeters. But before we go, we might as well go ahead and do this real quick. It's not 30 minutes yet. Let's go ahead into here and add one more variable. Let's go ahead and do global.gun blast name, and we'll make it equal blast. Yeah. Okay. Alrighty, so there we have it. We will pick up from here on the next video. Later. Alrighty, so there you have it. Like the video if you like it. If you don't like it, just don't like it. If you have any ideas or maybe any questions about how to do particular things within Game Maker Studio, just leave it in the comments below, and if I have any kind of time, I'll actually make a video on that topic as well. So yeah, again, thanks for watching, and remember, be real, be true, be yourself.